Hello all, God bless you. Just a quick one. I've been listening to Chuck Missler. He's very, very good. His science is incredibly well done, and he gives a good indication of who God is, and he talks about, that we're in a four-dimensional space-time thing, but there's mathematically at the moment another 6 dimensions, so 10 dimensions altogether, and that God is outside our 4 dimensions, and so excuse me, he can see from outside our time domain, our 4 dimensions, so hence he knows the end from the beginning, what's happened with everyone in their whole life. AI and our computer system that we're trying to copy God. In fact, in everything that seems to happen, we copy God everywhere. And we try and do memory, with the amount of, where the world's going, right? The technology wants to know every single person on the planet and what they do and what they buy and even what they think. And that's where they're heading. But even AI has faults. It doesn't know everything about you, but it's trying to predict what you might think. Whereas this God is, look, honestly, he's so far above us that we have no real concept of who or what or how great he is. Now, the Earth is a young planet and humanity is young. And psychologically we're in a place where we think, look, we're learning all sorts of great and deep science and we know so much, but because we're so isolated we have no real concept of what's beyond us, and we miss that. We seriously miss that. God he is perfect in his memory. He gets nothing wrong, never forgets. So if you can imagine you just imagine your life from beginning to end. Every thought you've had, every emotion, every single happening, understanding how you reacted psychologically to every situation, what you don't know, what you do know, every bit of data in your whole life from beginning to end, the stuff that you don't know, right? Because we don't know ourselves properly. He knows, and he doesn't forget it. So at the end of this age, which is what's going to happen, and the way I like to put it is, does a caterpillar know that it's going to turn into a butterfly when it metamorphoses? No, it doesn't. It has no concept of it. It wouldn't have a clue. And yet it's changing from one thing into this radically different thing. From crawling on a plant to eating things to going into a chrysalis and then hatching out into this thing that's vastly different from what it was before. And that's where humanity is heading. But because we don't understand, we like to think we can cope and we have some idea of who God and what God is. And we don't. We have no idea of just how vast God really is. So the word God really is, it's not the God that we've made God to mean from a lot of people, where God is has human attributes, where they mate with a human and you have a half God and things like that. I mean, that's happened, but don't bring God down to our level. That's the mistake that humanity makes with a lot of the gods that they make up. There is only one God, and he's vast. And the very, very key to everything in human history, from beginning to end, is love. That's the key to everything. I would challenge you, because it's something that people want to avoid, and love is very difficult to understand. It's something that we all fall short on, all of us, and we struggle for our ego and our self-worth, and we don't want to face up to it. But love is the key to all things in history. So have a think, and may it bless you in some way. God bless. See you again.